It was just a matter of time, and I am glad. As I said last year, 2023, 2024, there's a shift in people, in culture, that they were not touched. That if you were far left leaning, woke person, you got away with everything. Well, alas, Alec Baldwin has been charged with manslaughter. He is, according to the grand jury, going to trial for the for the killing, for the involuntary manslaughter of Halyna Hutchins. I think that finally there's going to be peace and justice for Halyna Hutchins, because let's not forget that Alec Baldwin was executive producer. He was a bully on the set, and he made all the choices and decisions. And they're trying to pin it on the lowest ranking employee because they're cowards. So let's get into this, because it seems that the Alex Baldwin time is up. His vulgar display of happiness while he had ended the life, while he was parading the Thanksgiving and blessings and traveling with his wife, while having ended the life of a very young mother that he was very much enjoying, and basically rubbing it in everybody's face, the happy life he had, while not thinking of the very same moments that he had robbed that little boy, because he killed his mother. So let's get into this video, beautiful people. Well, this has been published on January 19th, which was yesterday. Oh no, which is today, sorry. And this is Alexander Ray Baldwin. They have the date of birth and stuff like that. And this is a grand jury indictment. The grand jury charges count 1, involuntary manslaughter, negligent use of a firearm, on or about October 21st, 2021 in Santa Fe County, state of New Mexico, at Bonanza Creek Ranch, located at 545 Bonanza Creek Road, Santa Fe, New Mexico. And then they have 87508. The above named defendant did cause the death of Halyna Hutchins in the commission of negligent use of a firearm and an unlawful act which did not amount to a felony, a 4th degree felony, contrary to NMSA in 1978, section blah, blah, blah. Or in the alternative, count 1, involuntary manslaughter without due caution or circumspection, on or about October, blah, blah, blah. They go there. And yes, the name of the witnesses upon whose testimony this indictment is based are Alexandria Hancock, Brian Carpenter, Lane Looper, Ross Adego, Michael Hagg, Marissa Popple, and Connor Rice. I hereby certify that the foregoing instrument is a true bill as to the felony counts listed above. Since the death of Brandon Lee, there had been procedures set in place which were not followed by anybody, especially Alec Baldwin. He ignored training, the emails requesting that he come for training. There are handbooks in Hollywood of what is to be done. For people to understand, Hannah Reed was not even in the church when the gun was discharged. She did not personally hand over the gun to Alec Baldwin. I know, I am aware that a lot of people have said, oh, but why were there real bullets in the gun? If there hadn't been real bullets, then Halyna wouldn't have died. People have died from dummy rounds. There are still bullets. They are just less potent. But and my whole point has been that if procedure had been followed, they would have been able to find the live rounds there. But they didn't give Hannah Reed a chance to do that. She found out that they were using the gun that she was supposed to be supervising, because she wasn't the only one with access to the guns, unfortunately. When they heard a gunshot go off, because, and then we have the director, the assistant director, handing the gun that Hannah Reed said, but she went to lunch. They said that because of COVID, she wasn't in there. It doesn't matter. Of the 7 people who were there, the most important one should have been Hannah Reed to supervise the guns before handing it over to Alec Baldwin. They want to blame her because, oh, she was, I understand everybody is there. It was her job. I'm not making any excuses for her. But this is very much like, okay, there are seatbelts in our cars, right? And then you get in a car accident and you're not wearing a seatbelt. And then you want to blame the car company because you chose not to wear the seatbelt. I know it's not exact, but it's just an idea of responsibility. Alec Baldwin knew the procedures involved before using any gun, which is have the armorer handed it over directly to him after checking it in his presence. Those are the rules right now in Hollywood because of what happened with Brandon Lee. So yeah, this tragedy that killing could have been avoided had he followed procedure. And what did he do? Oh, no. He, like they say, the simplest explanation is always the right one. No, the gun cocked a different way, this happened, and no, I didn't pull the trigger. Yes, you did. The FBI agents and everybody who tried, and all the experts in the world have said that for that kind of weapon, you needed to pull the trigger. He went in a social defensive, oh, don't think of me as the victim. Nobody was thinking of him as a victim. At least I wasn't. Were you? I mean, this is the mentality of this man. And then he goes on the offensive, posting things of Thanksgiving and holidays that he was enjoying with his family. I would have gone quiet. I would have not posted, oh, here I am celebrating with my kids. Oh, here I'm traveling here. Because he deprived Helena's son, I believe she has one child, of spending those very same moments that he was boasting about with his insane wife, Hillary Hayward Thomas, or Hillary Baldwin. Yes, no, her name is not Hilaria. Her name is Hillary Hayward Thomas, or Hillary Baldwin from Boston. That's all there is to it. So with his insane wife and those poor children, God knows what kind of upbringing they're getting, but that's another video. He started boasting of his wonderful life, of the wonderful family moments he had, not thinking, because of course people like Alec Baldwin don't think about anybody else. He wasn't thinking that this poor little boy was not spending those very same holidays that everybody else was spending with the dead mother that he killed, because he killed her. It's like, okay, let me give you an example. I just thought of a better example. You know that it is illegal to drink and drive alcohol. You know that you can only drink a certain amount of alcohol because your reflexes are low, you weave in and out of the road, you can kill somebody. So you know that. You know that if you get in a car and you're drunk and you kill somebody, you're automatically charged with involuntary manslaughter, because you know that you're not allowed to get in a car while intoxicated. This is the very same thing that happened with Helena. Alec Baldwin knew that he needed to have the armor inside that church, check the weapon in front of him, handed it over, and give the go-ahead for the shooting. But of course, Alec Baldwin never listens to anybody because he's Alec Baldwin. There had been complaints, a lot of stuff quit because of they were overworked, and Alec Baldwin was an absolute brutally abusive bully that nobody could tell him what to do, because he thinks, oh, I've been in show business for so many years, but it doesn't mean that he knows everything. So yes, Helena Hutchins was killed because, and this is the metaphorically speaking, he got in a car while intoxicated, and then he wants to blame the car manufacturer for having killed somebody while under the influence of alcohol. It's just a metaphor, beautiful people, okay? So it's the very same thing. It's like, had he not gotten into the car drunk, or had he taken an Uber, probably and it's just a way of saying that that tragedy could have been easily avoided. I was kind of losing hope, but finally things have come to light and people are seeing reason. But of course, it had to be done outside of California or Hollywood, because in Hollywood, he's untouchable. He went on a victim rampage. I cannot, it's terrible. And that skanky wife of his parading the children up and down, trying to drum up pity for Alec Baldwin, who's a huge bully. And it really bothers me because I really liked him in 30 Rock, but it's just a character. I am able to separate a character from a jerk. But I am going to be following this trial, because I'm pretty sure he will be charged. I know that Hannah Reid has been charged, if I'm not mistaken, but it wasn't her fault. If live ammunition got in, fine, live ammunition got in, but they didn't let her do her job. And I even heard Megyn Kelly say, "Oh yeah, live rounds." It doesn't matter if they had been 20,000 live rounds and 10 dummy rounds. Had she been allowed to do her job, and all she had to do was check the gun, shake the bullets to verify whether it was a dummy round or not. But she wasn't allowed to do that. She wasn't allowed to do that. Alec Baldwin refused to go to safety chat or seminar or induction, whatever. But not only that, he's been working. The fact that he has so much experience actually works against him, because he knew what the protocol was for guns. He knew it. But he ignored it because he thought he knew best. This is what happens now. So I am going to be watching this because I hope there is justice for Helena. It's about time. But what do you beautiful people think?